Food addiction is addiction, and it's something that we all struggle with in this 21st century. Unhealthy food cravings, desires for things that are sweet, fat, or salty. It's all around us, it's readily available, and it's destroying our health. My name is Lewis Bertus. I'm a physician assistant and diabetes reversal health coach, and I want to tell you today that there is hope to break the chain of food addictions. Of course, I work with diabetics especially, which presents a very interesting population because diabetes, like many diseases, is directly linked to food consumption and lifestyle. And when someone is diagnosed with diabetes, it can be really hard to break some of those unhealthy habits that you developed over the years. I want to tell you, number one, don't blame yourself. Don't be hard on yourself if you have diabetes, because this is a problem of overconsumption that every single one of us struggles with, whether or not we have diabetes. You were just unlucky enough to be diagnosed with it at the stage you are right now. But I want to talk about mindfulness today. See, mindfulness is a way to escape this trap, to break the chain, if you will, of food addictions. The reason why many of us struggle with unhealthy food cravings is because unhealthy food makes us feel good. The things that are super sweet or fatty or salty, they have a dopamine releasing effect, a euphoria, if you will, when we eat them. And when you think about all the stress that we have in our society today, who doesn't need some kind of escape? When you think about all the stress of a 9-to-5 and living day to day with bills and family problems and drama, it's nice to sit down and enjoy a snack. What it does is release that heavy burden that you've been carrying all day, even just for a moment, even for just a second in time. But what if there is a better way to relieve the burden of your stress? There is, and that's what mindfulness teaches. And so in the next few minutes, we're going to break down a simple way to practice mindfulness through an acronym called STOP. All right. So definitely make sure you watch until the end so you can start to practice this method of meditation and break the chain of food addictions. So I've been practicing this method myself for a while now, and I could say that it's worked for me. And it's this method that I now teach my clients to help them break those unhealthy food cravings. And it's actually an age-old principle. A lot of people think that meditation practice is something new, but meditation practice is something as old as the Bible. Very often we are admonished in the Bible to be still and to enjoy the presence of the moment. There's also a verse that's very highly misinterpreted in the Bible. In Philippians chapter 4, it says, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And we think of this verse and we say to ourselves, well, this must mean that through Christ, I can overcome all burdens. I could jump anything that stands in my way. Like the Incredible Hulk overcoming his villain, right? I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. But this verse actually has a deeper application that ties right in to mindfulness. And I'll share this application first before we go into the acronym. When the Apostle Paul was penning these words, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, he was writing from a position of weakness. You see, Paul was in a prison cell, and it wasn't those cozy prisons we have in our day, right? He was most likely chained to a wall, sitting in his own excrement. And he was writing these words to admonish the people of the Christian church. And what's interesting is that in Philippians chapter 4, prior to that verse, I can do all things, he says something very interesting in verse 11. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. You see, being content in any and every situation is a summary for mindfulness. You see, mindfulness calls our attention out of the past or present or future, and back into the present moment that we're in. We learn to acknowledge our stress and our anxiety and our burden, the things that we cannot change. And then we learn to sit in the moment and remain in a spirit of appreciation, loving kindness, and acceptance. and then we proceed throughout the day. I want to promise you that we will have more videos to come on how to practice mindfulness meditation to help us overcome those cravings, those food desires, addictions that are getting in the way of our best health. You can do this. If you want to find a free consultation with a health coach, check out the link in the bio section, and you can have a free 30 minutes to 45 minutes with me to see if a coach will help you in this journey of health, right? And of course, as always, subscribe, like the video today, and we'll definitely keep you posted with future videos like this one. But you don't want to miss out on the videos on mindfulness, because I feel like this one tool may be the one thing you need, the one thing that's been missing in your life if you're still struggling with food addiction. Again, my name is Lewis Bertus, diabetes reversal health coach, and as always, beloved, I pray above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. See you next week.